Okay, here we go. Breaking news, everybody. Skippi Skip is doing a face cam today. And today, I thought I'd show you something that is crazy. Some information that I found out about Frontier Communications. And let me tell you this, it's not pretty. So right now, what I'm doing on my computer is I'm on the Better Business Bureau website. And I found some stuff on here that that I can testify to. Okay, and all the stuff that I'll be reading below, or all the stuff that I'm reading here, I will link it in the description of this video, and I do suggest that you guys check it out, read it for yourself, and also read the complaints that I will be addressing here. Okay, because if you've seen one of my older videos, I told a story about how Frontier Communications is not doing their job. They're just practically a scam. It's thievery what they're doing, essentially. So let's let me just read some stuff, some facts or whatever about this before I jump right into this. So let's see. They look like they're based out of Rochester, New York, and they've been around for 84 years. And it literally says this in red text. It says, this business is not BBB accredited. Okay, so that means that the Better Business Bureau doesn't like these guys, essentially, or at least they don't agree. They just don't do the stuff that good business does. So anyways, well, let's see where they're servicing at. So the service is in Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, New York. Of course, they're in New York. North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin here. I may be wearing this shirt that's from Indiana University, but I'm not in Indiana. I'm in Wisconsin. Good thing I'm in Wisconsin. Anyways, let's what just happened? Oh, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and read what this this literally says. It says alert right at the top before reading what I'm about to read you guys. So, pattern of complaint. On July 5th of 2016, BBB reached out regarding a high volume and pattern of complaint exists concerning prior Verizon consumers who have not had a smooth transition to Frontier Communications since Frontier Communications took over various Verizon consumers on April 1st, 2016. So if you guys didn't know this, what the article just practically said was a little history buff, was that Frontier took over a lot of Verizon customers because Verizon at one point in time, I'm not sure they're still doing it anymore, but at one point in time, Verizon was selling like a lot of their customers to Frontier, a lot of their lines, I should say, not customers, but lines to Frontier. So now customers have to go through Frontier to get internet speeds. And my dad told me this before about our internet here at the house that I live in, that we used to have Frontier, but now we used to have Verizon, but then Frontier took over. And before Frontier took over, according to my dad, we were getting about 6 megabytes per second speeds. Okay? That's what we were getting, and then it dropped when we had Frontier take over. Why, Verizon? Why'd you have to leave us to these why'd you have to leave us this cruel and heartless business? I don't understand why. Okay. Consumers have reported that services did not transition properly. Amen. Thank you for speaking up, customers, but we need to speak up louder. Many do not have services or are having spotty services with outages. Right here. Spotty services and a lot of outages. A lot. Okay, many internet issues. Right here. Okay, 2 out of 3. That ain't bad. So these issues range from slow speeds to complete outages. Now, complete outages happen on occasion, but we do have outages. Consumers advise they are paying for certain levels of internet speeds, but are not receiving those levels. Wow, that's right here in this house. We are paying for a megabyte a second. We also got phone service, but we're paying for a megabyte a second, okay? And we're only getting a tenth of a megabyte a second. Now, I already addressed this in my old video, but I'm going to address it again. One time, my dad and I, we called up Frontier. We're we're complaining to them for like the millionth time. Not even like, okay, it's an exaggeration, but we've called like, I would say at least 100 times. At least. Not a joke. Remember one summer the internet was horrible, and I called about once or twice a day. But anyways, and we're calling, and we talked to this manager. He's like a higher up, and he finally tells us the actual news, or the actual story of what's going on. We're paying for a megabyte a second as our max, but we're only getting a tenth of a megabyte a second because we're not paying for a bottom line internet speed, just a maximum. So essentially, like a lot of people, like, I said in here, there's no service. The customers might not get any service. That's essentially what you can pay for. It's like, hey, we have a great deal here. You can pay up to 1 megabyte a second, but most of you guys will probably just get no service at all. Want to pay us for internet service? That's kind of what it's going by. That's kind of what it's like right now. It's terrible. Okay. Cable issues, including missing networks. Movie on demand concerns. Yeah, you can't. YouTube is your only viable option for watching videos. Unless you're on data, like mobile data, like I normally do, because the internet here is trash. It takes forever just to update games on this internet. But anyways, movie on demand concerns, not receiving those levels. Oh, movie on demand concerns, issues with purchase subscriptions not carrying over. Ooh, that sounds kind of bad. So, from what I'm understanding is, like, there's subscription with Verizon. When Frontier took over, Frontier's like, toss all that. We're not gonna concern ourselves with whatever Verizon had to do with this. And apparently, Frontier is supposed to maintain or improve the internet boxes that supply the internet. However, Frontier doesn't do that. They don't. They maintain it barely, but the thing is, they let it slip over the years. So the internet just gets worse and worse. They just make sure it runs. That's all they do. Let's see. Title consumers paid for, titles consumers have paid for, not being uploaded to their libraries, and no solutions are being offered. I don't understand what that means, though. And inability to access items like DVR boxes at the same time, multiple boxes in households not functioning. The Frontier app is not functioning for consumers, not fulfilling rewards advertised. Whoa, false advertisement here. Can't you get sued? Not fulfilling the rewards advertised with new service signups, charging consumers unauthorized third-party charges on their telephone bill, and not properly applying credit to customers' bills, or consumers not being able to log in to pay their bills. Whoa, Frontier, are you telling us that you're trying to lay down late fees on your customers? That is mean. You guys are just downright dirty and mean. There's more, guys. There's more. Oh, well, let me just insert myself here a little bit more. One time, I called up Frontier because practically our internet was completely down at this point. Had to use my mobile data, call up Frontier, like, hey, our phone line's not working, internet's not working, or something like that. What are you gonna do? And they're like, okay, well, we'll send someone out. Note, they never said anything about charging money. Okay, so then, I don't know, a week or two later, bill comes in. It's $100 more than what the internet phone bill is usually. And on there, it shows that there's like a service fee or something. And so my parents talked to me like, "Yo, what was going on? Like, did they say anything about, charging you money?" I'm like, no, they never said anything to me about charging money. so then got in contact with Frontier, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll just whatever excess of money that we charged you, we'll take it off of your next bill until it's paid. So that's what they did, though. I will give them credit for that, but not much else. Okay, moving on. When consumers call to receive assistance, many report to BBB that they are hung up on or calls are disconnected and not followed back up by Frontier representatives. I get that all the time. All the time I get that. Okay? Like one time I was supposed to get a phone call back from someone and I waited hours. I waited up to an hour after they're supposed to call me back. Never got a call back, okay? Never. Then, this is when they made me cry, literally. So I'm staying up all night because every time I have to call these people back, I have to go through the same story and more of the story because I talked to someone else and then they got a certain way and it's like, okay, we'll call you back. Or they straight up hung up on me without calling me back. They always ask, what's a number to get you at? But then they never call you at that number. Never. I don't know what's wrong with them. These people are insane. This business is just downright dirty, and I'd say that they need like a class action lawsuit against them. But anyway, it happens all the time. I get it all the time. It's ridiculous. I'm really angry about this, okay? Because I got to sit through this. I have online school to do, and I can't do online school properly, okay? Look, literally, every time I upload a video to YouTube, I got to go to the public library just to upload the video. Because, wow, this is crazy. I'm just going on a huge tangent right now. When I go to the library, I upload my YouTube videos. I don't upload videos here at home. One time I did that. I uploaded like a bunch of like 1 or 2 minute videos. It took till like I started at like 9 something at night, and it went all the way till like almost 6:30 in the morning. So, and it was just like maybe like a few hundred, maybe a gigabyte worth of actually it probably wasn't even a gigabyte worth of information going to the cloud. But anyways, sorry, going on a bit of a tangent. Consumers are transferred from representative to representative without receiving any assistance to their concerns, many times resulting in a disconnection. So I'm not 100% used to people or getting like transferred a lot. I've been transferred before, but I usually get picked up, but then they never resolve the problem. They always literally. The first thing, after we describe the problem, the first thing that they say is, don't worry, we'll fix the problem. We'll fix that problem for you. Then you're like, oh, we can't do anything about it because nobody's out there where you live, so we're not going to invest the funds to go and, give you the money or, make your money's worth for our internet because, because we don't value you as a customer, essentially is what it feels like. So, yeah. I haven't really, I've been transferred before, but I just haven't really been, disconnected without warning when transferred. Just before being transferred, before the first transfer, I'll get disconnected. We have also identified a pattern in your responses to complaints stating, per tariff, in no event shall Frontier be liable in tort, contract, or otherwise of errors, omissions, interruptions, or delays to any person for personal injury, property damage, death, or economic losses. So they're not responsible for anything, essentially. That's what it's saying there. Frontier shall in no event exceed an amount equivalent to the proportionate charge to the consumer for the period of service during which such mistake, omission, interruption, delay, error, or defect occurs. So essentially, if your internet goes out, then they're just like say it goes out the whole month. You're gonna get charged for that whole month, even though you didn't get any internet. That's as bad as it can get. I think. Next thing you know, they charge you more money just to fix the box. Or, just fix your internet. And I'll be like, you're supposed to do that in the first place. But anyways, moving on. Frontier will apply a credit based on the consumer's daily service rate. So your charges can fluctuate based off of how much you use. Is that what it's saying? Bro, I'm just looking for a straightforward price of like $60 a month, $70 or whatever the price for internet is out here. We're just looking for a straight up price, not a well, this is what you probably get, but if you use more than what we're not going to tell you, if you use more than what we're not going to tell you what your limit is, then we're going to charge you or whatever. That, bro, come on, guy. Actually, you're not my bro, you're my enemy. And we're paying you to be our enemy. It's ridiculous. We trust that this information will assist you in closing this complaint. We regret any inconvenience that customer name may have experienced as a result of the above matter. The business did not respond to the pattern of complaint correspondence BBB sent. So therefore, I guess what it sounds like is that BBB reached out to Frontier Communications, but they never contacted them back about anything. That's what it sounds like here. Anyways, let's go and read on some complaints here. All right. So let's see. Here we go. What is this? Problems with the server. Okay, this looks like a long complaint, but it makes sense. So this is all available online, to the public. This isn't like locked under some sort of password or anything, account to look at this stuff. So you guys can look at this. So this was submitted this month, October 18th of 2019. I signed back up in June with a promo. I was supposed to get set up 90 megabytes per second. Wow, 9 megabytes per second. That is a whole lot compared to what we're getting out here. When the installer came on June 28th, he said they weren't prepared to give me the 90 that day, but I would see the change in speed in a couple of weeks. A month has passed with slower speed and no communication or information of when I was supposed to get my 90. I was signed up and paying for at the promo rate though. So they were being charged what they signed up for, but they weren't getting the speeds that they signed up for. I called customer service and they only had me listed at the 45, and I said I never signed up for the what? I called customer service and they had me listed at the 45 and said I never signed up for the 9 megabytes per second. Wow, if this is literally true, that is like a that needs to be addressed. That just needs to be fixed. Thank goodness I kept my original order receipt, as they were able to pull it up and tell me I was right. Frontier really looks like Frontier's running a funny farm here. They can't keep their own paperwork in order. The customers got to keep their paperwork in order. Thank goodness kept my okay. They submitted a ticket for me to get the faster speed and said within the month it will be all sent, or it will all be set, and that they would let me know it was done. A month goes by and no word again. Called about another 3 to 5 times. No one was of help, and they kept trying to tell me I needed to pay another $75 for this upgrade because it is a new upgrade from the speed I already have. I told them I wasn't paying another $75, and the woman on the phone said they had waived the fee. So finally in September, someone came out to my house to fix the issue they made. A couple of weeks went by, and I checked on my bill, and they did not waive the fee as they said they would, and I do not plan to pay for something they have been at fault for. Wow, this complaint is filled with misery. I called customer service, and they blamed me and told me I was wrong and that it wouldn't get removed. I am disputing this false charge on my credit card. If this problem isn't fixed, I will be more than happy to make a bigger issue out of this for providing false information, for trying to scam me, and for giving me additional unneeded stress for something that should have never been an issue. Wow! This person has got the guts to go up against, to not pay Frontier. Kudos to you, whoever you are. It doesn't say who. Probably for the better, so that they don't get blacklisted. Okay, so now this response is 2 days later on the 20th, so that's like 3 days ago from the day I'm recording this. Thank you. Okay, so here's the response from Frontier. Thank you for referring the complaint of blank blank to our office for review. We appreciate Miss Blank bringing this matter to our attention. The complaint states that Miss Blank, so there's a bunch of stuff. Miss Blank was told that the $75 installation fee to upgrade her service to a speed she initially ordered would be waived. Miss Blank was charged $75 and would like credit. Frontier has investigated the above statements and offers the following response. Credit for $75 plus taxes, fees, and surcharges have been applied to Ms. Blank's account and will post to her October 29th billing statement. So that's like in 6 days. The credit is currently visible at frontier.com. We trust this information will assist you in closing this complaint and regret any inconvenience that Miss Blank may have experienced as a result of the matter above. I don't understand this. I'm trying to figure this out. Credit was currently visible. So it sounds like Frontier is giving back money? Is crediting the money back to her account? That's what it sounds like. She just hasn't seen it yet. That's what I'm getting at, but I don't know. Oh, and look. The customer responded back. Better Business Bureau. I have reviewed the response made by the business in reference to complaint ID blank and find that this resolution is satisfactory to me. Regards blank blank. So what it sounds like is they finally got all settled. Well, good for them. I will say good for them. That it's all been settled, but it should never have come up in the first place. Never have come up. That is ridiculous. Now, all these I'm reading is like recent posts, recent, issues. Let's go through this one. So this one's about billing connection issues. Frontier Communications committed to me that in a chat sessions that I have the written text of that our account was closed, had a zero balance, and that we would not receive another bill. We have received another bill and are billing for a discount afforded by Lifeline after our service was disconnected. Frontier stated in writing, we have a zero balance and is not responsive to comments made by employees to resolve the issue. So they got billed after they closed their account. After Frontier confirmed, after they had nothing on their account. Okay, what's Frontier's response here? So this was posted the 16th, so 2 days later they responded, thank you, referring to the complaint of blank blank. I like saying blank. To our office for review, we appreciate bringing this matter to our attention. The complaint states that Mr. Blank advises he was informed he had a zero balance. Frontier has investigated the above statements and offers the following response. Mr. Blank called on September 11, 2019 to disconnect his services. After listening to the recorded phone call, Mr. Blank said he wants to cancel due to the community he lives in. He wanted to cancel due to the community he lives in is now offering free services. Representative proceeded to process the order and informed customer there is a $9.99 processing fee to disconnect. In addition, Customer was billed $8.94 for Federal Lifeline discount in the amount of $8.94 plus $1 in taxes, totaling $19.93. Wait, what? That math doesn't even make any sense. Wait. I guess it does. Wait. No, it doesn't. That math doesn't make any sense. Even if you took $8.94 times that by 2 plus $1, you're not getting $19.93. Frontier can't even do basic math. Where are they running? They're hiring people who hasn't even graduated high school yet? Okay? And then $8.94 plus $1 equals $9.94. This is ridiculous. The only thing I can see here is if they took the $10. Oh, but that's what they probably did. The $9.99 plus $8.94 plus $1. Okay, I feel stupid there. They got me on that one. As a courtesy, Frontier issued a credit in the amount of $19.93. Frontier made unsuccessful attempts to reach customer. We trust that this information will assist you in closing this complaint. We apologize for any inconvenience that Mr. Blank has experienced because of the above matter. Frontier Specialist Kevin S., Department GM Specialist. So, let me get something straight here. Actually, so it sounds like that the customer was in the wrong, but there's one thing that I can say is most likely not true. Is that Frontier reached out to the customer. Frontier never, ever gives you a call back. I have plenty of experience making countless phone calls and not getting that call back. Okay, this customer here never got that call back. Okay, never. Okay, I believe him that he never got a call back. I don't believe Frontier a single second when they say that they tried to make attempts. I repeat, there is an S there. Attempts. They don't even attempt once when it comes to me. Never. These idiots. I'm raging here. I'm actually kind of mad from reading all this. Okay, let's see what the customer response is. Better Business Bureau. I have reviewed this response made by the business in reference to complaint ID blank, and I find this resolution is satisfactory to me as long as Frontier refrains from billing me for any other amount for any reason whatsoever. As of 10/20/2019, this account is once again showing a zero balance and offers no commercially viable responsibility for Frontier to invent any future charges. I like the word it says. The word invent. We're going to invent the charge for shipping, Amazon shipping. We're going to invent the charge of your free internet service. Free internet service. We're charging you money for that, and it's not even coming from us. Regards, blank blank. Okay, well, good. Another customer who possibly got it all sorted out. I mean, I feel like that could be something else in the future. And let me remind you again, these are all recent complaints. Let me go on to a third complaint here. Okay, let's do this. In September, I called customer service to inquire about internet installation. The same day I was charged $54 for a deposit. A tech came out to access on everything on September 30th, and I was informed I would need fiber optic. So my installation date was pushed back to October 6th. I called October 6th and was informed my new date was October 16th. I called again October 10th and I was informed my new date was October 15th. I called October 14th and was informed my new date was October 23rd. I received no communication whatsoever. When I called the 14th of October, I was on the phone over an hour. The first rep I spoke to said he could help and transferred me to tech support. I didn't need tech support because I didn't even have a solid installation date. I explained all I wanted to do was cancel everything and get my deposit back. Then he transferred me to a rep that only informed me I would have to wait until October 23rd. I explained to all the reps I had been waiting for weeks, and all I wanted to do was cancel and get a refund. No one listened, and no one did anything to help the situation. It's been 3 weeks, and everything, including communication, has been sketchy. Wow. More. Wow. I'm sorry, person, whoever you are. I am sorry that you have to go through this. Okay? You're not alone, though. I don't know about. We never had installation with Frontier, only Verizon. But I'm sorry, you're not alone here. You're not alone with how terrible Frontier is with their customer service. I mean, I feel like all they're doing is I feel like they're like the illegal scammers over in India. They have a script and they gotta stick to it. And if it goes one way, then you gotta do what you gotta do to keep them on the line, or keep them paying money. Okay, so that was posted the 16th. Frontier responded the 18th and said, "Thank you for referring to the complaint of blank blank to our Office of Review. We appreciate We appreciate your bringing this matter to our attention." Do you mean you? Can you even type? Whoever you are, can you type? Are you like a undergrad or something? Okay, I'm coming down a little bit hard. Everybody makes typing mistakes, but still, this is like an official response from Frontier. So you would think it'd be made right. I mean, 343 Industries can't even do final right until spell the word final properly until months down the road in Halo 5. On October 18, 2019, a Frontier representative spoke to the customer and explained what caused delay in establishing service to her residence. Previous locates to locate existing buried cable were incorrect, which caused a delay in Frontier's new buried drop placement. After the locates were corrected and the service was rescheduled, it rained, causing further delay. Okay, so there's more to this, but let me insert myself here. What they're saying here is that, oops, we screwed up on where we're supposed to, or where existing cables are at or whatever, and we gotta. I mean, this is really badly worded. But this, what I'm understanding, is that they screwed up where their stuff is, and then weather came in and screwed everything else up. That's why it took so long. I can understand the weather, but you're a business. You should have yourself in order if you're gonna maintain that business. I mean, good grief, guys! If you can't figure out where you put your stuff to begin with, then how do you expect to deliver internet speeds that you advertise and that customers are paying for? The drop was placed on October 19, 2019. Once the drop is placed, Frontier will expedite a dispatch to have the service installed to the residents. Additionally, for the inconvenience, a $50 credit will be applied to the customer's account once the service is installed. They need to be paying more because they're stressed out. They have to call you multiple times, so that's time wasted based off stuff you should have already figured out to begin with. The weather is the only thing that is okay. I'd say is okay to not be blamed for. But then, good grief. I mean, those two things, not knowing you put your stuff, and then the stress, wasted time and phone calls, that amounts to, I'm sure that amounts to more than what they're paying. All that. They should be paying them more. But anyways, the customer has been provided with the above information. We apologize for the inconvenience. We trust this information will assist you in closing this complaint. Thank you, Amara H., Executive Customer Relations. Okay, let's do this. Better Business Bureau. This is the customer's response on the 20th, 2 days after their response. Better Business Bureau. I have received the response made by the business in reference to complaint ID blank and find that this resolution is satisfactory to me. Regards blank blank. That shouldn't, in my opinion, that should not have been satisfactory. They should have been paid more money. Okay, I'm going to read one more. Okay, one more. There are so many. May I'll just like make a separate video just reading all of these, a bunch of these, just over and over and over and over. But anyways, let's do this. So last one that I'm reading for this video. Frontier, so this is posted the 15th, and it's about billing connection issues. It does say resolved, but we'll get to it. Frontier sales reps will promise one thing on the telephone. In the case, waived installation fees, and they will indeed not be waived on your billing statement. Once this has happened, their customer service will refuse to refund these fees. All of their calls are recorded. All they have to do is listen. They're scamming people like this and driving up their fake customer sign-up numbers. If this is true, then that is crazy. What do investors think? Okay, so 3 days later, the 18th, this is when Frontier responded. Thank you for referring to the complaint of Mr. Blank Blank to our office for review. We appreciate Mr. Blank bringing this matter to our attention. The complaint states that Mr. Blank is disputing a bill service with Frontier. Frontier has investigated the above statements and offers the following response. Frontier advises that an adjustment to cover up the installation fee has been issued on the account. Frontier attempted to contact Mr. Blank to advise of the above information, but was unsuccessful. Frontier left voicemails and sent an email with direct contact information. We trust that this information will assist you in closing this complaint. We apologize for any inconvenience that Mr. Blank has experienced as a result of the above matter. Now, I will again say, Frontier does not call you. Okay, it does sound like though they left voicemails. That's something I haven't heard before. But I mean, or leave recordings, I should say. They'll leave recordings, but they won't call you in person. I have never, from all these complaints here, it does not sound like, including my experience, a person ever actually calls you to talk to you one-on-one. They'll just send a recording. What it sounds like here. So, on the same day, the 18th, the customer responded back, Better Business Bureau. I have reviewed the response made by the business in reference to complaint ID blank. Upon speaking to 3 different representatives, I was finally issued a refund. The matter is closed, but I still believe Frontier is a shady business, and I have no respects to them. Regards, blank blank. Wow. There we go. Someone who's not satisfied, or at least says they're not satisfied. Okay, I do say that they are a shady business. They are shady. They will charge you for things that you were not even told you'd be charged for. I've seen that happen with the bills for this internet here. I've seen a lot of this stuff before. This is ridiculous. Okay, ridiculous. I mean, Frontier, get your act together before class action lawsuits hit your desks. Okay? Maybe I should figure out how to do one. I don't know. That'd be a great idea. I mean, every time I go on Twitter, they always, like, I remember Twitter, oh my word, these people, they were so dumb. I'm sorry, but all the people on Twitter are so dumb. Then eventually they refer me to the phone number. Then those people can't even do anything. And then sometimes, not often, but sometimes we'll either get a tech person or we'll get a manager, and they can't do anything. You guys are running a funny farm here, and it's not even funny. It's stressful. I'm stressed out just making this video. The video's almost 40 minutes long at this point. Frontier, what are you doing? I mean, Frontier, do you guys think it's okay to scam people? Do you guys think that it's okay to add charges to people and you not even tell them that there's another charge? Do you think it's okay to do this? Do you think that you're going to get away with this forever? One day it's going to collapse. Okay, it's all going to fall on your face or whatever. Good grief. I mean, whatever happened to the American Pride or whatever? Well, I'm not sure where I was going to go with that, but I'm trying to be a little bit funny right there. But good grief, guys. I can't wait for you guys to fall. Right now, we are, like, this house right here that I'm living in, this house is paying for internet speeds that essentially means that you're living on the edge of the grid. Okay, going off the grid means that you're cutting all, any devices connected to the internet or telephones or whatever. Essentially, we're on the border of the grid here. We're not firmly on the grid. We're not even loosely on the grid. We're it's like a house hanging from a thread. Okay, that's what we're practically living on here. Being charged for 1 megabyte a second when we originally got 6 with Verizon, and then I repeat, that 6 megabyte, then we don't even get that 1 megabyte. We get that 1/10 of a megabyte on average. On a good day, we'll get 1 or 3/20ths of a megabyte. Anything less than 1 megabyte of a second, you might as well say that we're paying to live off the grid, because you can't even sign to Xbox at that time. Web pages take forever to load up at anything less than 1/10 of a megabyte a second. Guys, stop it. Stop treating your customers like trash. Okay? Then maybe we'll stop being angry with you. Maybe the Better Business Bureau will accreditate you. Okay? Maybe something like that will happen. But this ain't going to work out the way it's working out. Good night of living, guys. Oh man. Oh. This is Skippi Skip here, just ranting on with my minions. Yee. And I will be, I don't know, I'll just do whatever. I'll just waste away in this basement. You guys ever wonder why I don't do live streams? It's because my internet can't even handle it. I'm sure at a megabyte a second, like a real megabyte a second, our internet problems would be better. Or I would be doing live streams. I am sure that, I'll say close to sure. But I can't even upload videos here anymore. Because the only times I can is if they're like 50 megabytes. And that'll take like an hour. So, Skippi Skip, sign out. And I think I'm going to leave a complaint in the Better Business Bureau. See what happens. See if I get a response. If I do, I'll probably make a video on it. It's kind of like the ESRB did with the Angry Joe show. Except for they were idiots. So, bye guys.